PPR podcast number 167 has begun. My name is Paul Rudy. To my right is the star of the podcast and the star of the Prep Picks Report, Mr. Burt Grossman. Burt, I know this is a high school podcast. We talk to high school football players, but the news just broke about 30 minutes ago that Hall of Fame basketball player Bill Walton passes away at the age of 71, succumbing to cancer. You and your encounters, you knew Bill better than I did. He was a very unique individual, both as an athlete and as a broadcaster and as just...
And politically now.
Yeah. Your quick thoughts before we get to our guest.
I guess that's kind of, man, I didn't even know he had cancer. I don't think anybody knew. Surprise, shocked everybody. To say he was a unique individual is an understatement, but I think more people know him now from his political point of view lately. So great loss. Probably has to be a Rushmore, San Diego athlete from San Diego.
He'd be on the him, Junior, Tony, maybe Phil Mickelson.
I think Marcus Allen, but you don't like that.
Well, I'm just saying if you win by one sport ever, he would certainly be the basketball representative. And
not even close. I don't think anybody. But like I said, a sad day, a loss for San Diego. I mean, just an iconic figure.
His eccentric after his career kind of overshadowed the fact that he was a hell of a basketball player, both at UCLA and then with I think more so with the Celtics than with the Blazers. But
quite the character.
Yes. I once did a 9-minute interview with him, and I asked one question. I mean, he just...
I'm sure he was happy that...
I'm going to smoke a cigarette, tell me when you're...
I'm sure he's happy that marijuana is legalized in California.
Well, anyhow, he was always kind to KUSI, and he was all...
I think we should celebrate the personality. Yeah. I mean, that was the thing.
All right, but that's enough said. Now let's get to the mission at hand. Let's talk to our guest. Please introduce him.
Vili Trollinger from Montgomery High School.
And he's joining us from Parks Unknown. Where are you, young man?
I'm at Tidelands Park in Coronado.
Oh, nice.
And why are you there?
For a barbecue baptism with my church.
For your church?
Yes, sir.
How many people are there?
Probably over like 300, 400.
Oh, really?
Holy moly. Before we let you go, we're going to have you scan the crowd for us. But you say your church, how big is your faith in you as a young person? Not everyone has that, not everyone is it spiritual at your age. Can you speak to that a little bit?
It's been a journey for sure. Just trusting God, like with the ability to get through the school year and just being able to transfer over from Montgomery and just keep on trusting in him. It's just honestly a blessing that I don't think no man is capable of having without a relationship or a foundation built with God.
You talked about your transfer. I wanted, because I watched you play, I think it was last year, and somebody told me you were a sophomore, and I was kind of shocked. But you come from Saints where you just played middle linebacker, and then I'm watching your 7-on-7 clips you show, and you're doing all your highlight catches and one-handed catches and grabs. Are you doing both ways now, Montgomery?
I am at Montgomery. I feel like at St. Augustine, there was a lot of athletes, so I didn't need to go both ways. But at Montgomery, we have a lot of talent, but just not the same amount of athletes or the highest caliber of athletes that we have had at Saints.
What are you going to play on offense then?
Running back or tight end. Both of them.
Holy moly. That's Montgomery, everyone say, well, why would you leave St. Augustine to go to Montgomery? Well, Montgomery is not Montgomery's has a resurgent under Coach
Dunkle. Freddie Dunkle.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you let me finish I was going to let you, if you let me finish.
Sorry.
So can you talk a little bit about Coach Dunkle and the resurgence of Montgomery?
He's Coach Dunkle. I've been playing him for his team legacy, his 7-on-7 team, since I was young. And when I went to St. Augustine, when we heard Coach Gladney got fired, we were planning to transfer. And we already knew that Coach Dunkle, he knew how to run a program. He's able to produce Division I and just the next level of talent. So we just knew it was the right spot and the right fit for us. For me and my cousin, Emil Fox.
Yeah, I think it's one of the cool spots in Montgomery is they have a San Diego State football player as principal, Louis Zoomstein, and a San Diego State football player as head coach, Freddie Dunkle, DeMarco Sampson, San Diego State football player. They have a lot of football in that whole leadership.
And it gets you used to being called an Aztec. Should you want to play at the next level, it would only make sense that you play then at San Diego State, young man.
Yeah, I for sure would love to play there, but whatever God has in store is His will.
So I got a question for you. I noticed like last year you wore that Michael Jordan 23. Are you going to be wearing that at Montgomery again? Because it looks like you're wearing number 1 in all your clips now.
Can't tell you that yet.
Oh, that's part of the NIL deal, huh?
Yeah, you can't tell me that?
Not yet.
Fair enough. Why do you like football?
I just grew up around the game. My family just loved football. I loved it since I was a kid. My dad has been a coach for over 20 years now. My brother, a phenomenal football player. He's actually on the strike force now, Toa Fox.
That's your brother?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't know. See, I don't even prepare.
You didn't even bring that in? You have a connection?
I didn't know he was
I
your brother.
apologize.
I see your dad tagging him and doing stuff on the things, but I thought it was just like your cousin or something. I know it's your brother.
Yeah. But I just grew up around it, and since I kid, I just found a love for it and just kept on playing it.
Have you been to a Strike Force game yet?
I've been to all of them, yes, sir. Or all the home games, at least.
I have too,
they're
and I haven't
crazy.
have we seen each other at the games?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You know, you could
I'm
come to
always
the
by
next
the-
game. Come sit in the VIP with
Yeah,
Paul.
come sit with me in the next game, dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I sit in the end zone and
All right, yeah.
and eat all the free
Yeah.
cheese.
You do, actually.
And,
When we clean up at the end, your plate is the only one that's empty at the end. Just so you know.
all right, no, I'm being serious. I think the next game is what? Saturday the.
June 6th.
Hey,
Arizona
6th.
Rattlers.
Oh, it's cool.
I'll send you my phone number and you can we'll hang out.
Yes, sir.
What does your brother have to say about the Strike Force?
Oh, goodness.
He loves it. He loves like all the connections he's built. Like all the players. I got to meet some of the players. I love them. They're all cool. I can all consider them my brothers.
You ever go down to the practice? You know they practice down Olympic Training Center. If you want, I'm gonna go to practice tomorrow. You should come to
Yeah.
practice. I think it's 10:30.
I'll see. I'm still in school though, but during summer break I'm gonna be working out there for sure.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. I mean, I assume your aspirations are to play at the next level, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you know, we've had several guests on, and they say if that's your aspiration, you better be showing up at practice. You better, you know, we had Coach Hines on, and he said, yeah, every coach plays his favorite. So the trick is to be a favorite. Be the kind of player coaches like. Show up early, be focused on the team, grades, all those things. Is that message being delivered to you on a regular basis?
Sir, only thing my father preaches is just get good grades and just stay faithful, and everything will sort itself out. God has a plan.
So I mean, I know I think you're a straight A student, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
So straight A student, and I see you do like track and field now. I got to work on your shot put form, the one you put up there, because that's rough. How much? I mean, how much? And then you have your faith in your church. I mean, how much? Do you have any free time?
Yeah, I do have a lot of free time. When I don't have practice, I'm either just chilling at home, playing video games with my cousins and my brothers, or just studying or working out.
Vili, the reason why Burt can talk about with great authority about form as it relates to the shot put is back in the day.
Way back.
Back in the day, I bet you threw farther than he does. What was your?
What's your best, Vili? Shot put.
And shot, I think it was 38, like 38-4 or something.
All right, I'm gonna work with you then.
All right, so
Is this your first year though?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
All right, so 38. Burt, go ahead, humble him.
Oh, wait, I'm not gonna say what I threw.
Burt, that's not optional. What was your best?
64.
So the man knows what he's talking about. So this podcast, you're going to get a lesson. Burt,
Yeah.
simply, Explain some of the things you saw in his video. Give him some things he can work on.
All right, Billy, you ready? Your slide is terrible.
Well, that doesn't help.
No. Well, I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
So, I mean, for your build, you spin in the discus. Why don't you spin in the shot put?
Honestly, I just never tried to spin. I just didn't come around to it, you know.
Oh, because usually if you're real tall, then you'll slide. But if you're not as tall, you spin and then you generate.
All right, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Show me.
I am not getting up and showing you right now.
Well,
I had too much to drink last night. You want me to get up here and spin? I've already got the spins.
Well, just walk me through what you're talking about.
Well, so Billy will, when he throws the discus, he spins. So he'll spin around and create the force and then let it go. Which most people, if you because your spin's good, they'll do it the same thing with the shot put. But he does a slide in the shot put and a spin in the discus.
And so what should he do?
I would say you should spin in the shot put. But it's a little hard. It's kind of weird because it's heavy and you have to get your, in the circle. It's a little rougher. But I started throwing in 6th grade, so that's the difference.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good distance, right?
Back then, yeah. I don't know about now. I don't keep up.
What's the best in the county right now? Do you know, Billy?
I think Anthony Gash just threw like a 60, 68 or something like that NCIF.
See that?
I don't know what he's doing state.
So you're not far off. That's 5 feet.
It's 35 years. Come on, man.
I know, but I'm saying you're not far.
We didn't even lift weights back then.
You're still contemporary. All right, so walk us through life at Montgomery now and how it's different than your previous life.
I say it's very different than St. Augustine. The teachers, they're obviously not going to be as strict as Saints because it's not a college prep like Saints was, but these teachers are very good and very helpful. If you have a question, they're willing to answer. And the days are longer because at Saints we was getting out at 2, but now on a regular basis we get out at 3:35. But we also do start later. And I just say you have a lot more freedom. You could obviously have my hair braided right now. You wasn't able to have it past your ears at Saints or something like that, or below the eyebrows. And yeah, I just say it's more free.
I want to go back to because you played just middle linebacker at Saints, and now you're going to play both ways. I mean, because that's a hard thing to do. I mean, people don't realize if you're not used to if you're used to playing one way and then conditioning. Just game time, that's a hard thing to do if you're not used to it. Are you ready for that?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. Been working at it with Tariq Thompson over the summer and last summer too, just to get my conditioning right and just being able to go both ways because that's a very difficult task. Just seeing the players go both ways at St. Augustine, like Parker Johnson or Isaiah Hastings, I know they were never tired, and I'm just trying to be like that, just trying to be more valuable to my team than just a middle backer.
And Tariq plays for Strike Force too. I don't know any of this. It's like I don't work there.
So give us an idea when you work out. Is today an off day?
Yeah.
So then tomorrow you're going to go at it again, I assume, right? You're going to be in the weight room. So walk us through.
7 in the morning.
So you get there at 7 in the morning. Walk us through a workout.
So tomorrow, we're probably gonna do some explosive stuff, like change your direction, just stuff to get us faster and just so we could jump higher. Metabolics, that's what they're called. So, we're just gonna just try to just get stuff that will be able to explode and use game time.
So, and how long does that workout last?
Not that long. It should only be 55 minutes.
So you get a 55-minute workout in before school starts?
Yes, sir.
And then you shower, and then you go to school for the day. And then at the end of the day, you're at track practice?
Not anymore. Track season's over.
Well, but I'm saying, I know the school year is almost over, but I'm saying, but and then does that morning workout, is that also during the football season as well?
Yeah.
You guys lift during the season and go to practice? The same workout?
We're probably just going to be lifting in the morning so we have more time for practice. But in the season, I think we might, because now that we have, I'm not sure how they do it with pads on yet, or during the actual season, but at Saints we would do 6 a.m. lift, then go hit the field, or right before practice, lift weights, if we didn't lift in the morning, lift weights, and then go to practice. But I think since we have lights on Montgomery, we're probably just going to be working out like right after school, so then we could just go hit the field right after.
6 a.m. workout and then go to. I don't even think I never even got to school.
You're special. You're a special young man, which leads me to this question, because Burt was alluding to it. I think here you are. You're a straight A student. You're an excellent athlete. You're a man of faith. How often is it hard? Because obviously, I'm sure you're around kids who maybe see life differently, and they don't spend a lot of time in church. They don't spend a lot of time in the books. And I'm sure they're your friends, and you want to hang out, but you find yourself having to be guarded against going too far down their path as in maintaining yours, or do they respect what you're about, and it's never an issue where you're never being tempted to go stay out past midnight or whatever?
I'm honestly, I don't I hang out with them a lot, but I just try to be like the light that they can't see. Like if they're gonna be drinking, I'm not gonna be drinking. I'm gonna try to preach to them the word and like help them understand the faith more, so they could hopefully build a relationship with God like I have.
Does that become a problem though? Because not everybody hears that really well. I don't want to get you too political, but some people don't hear that well. That they don't want to be preached to, or they don't want to have, for the lack of a better word, they don't want to have a goody two shoes in their room. Speak to that a little bit.
Well, I mean, if they don't want to hear it, like I'm gonna continue to try to preach it to them. But at the end of the day, it's either I'm wrong and you can keep living like the simple life that you're living, or I'm right and you could go to hell and I'm gonna be in heaven.
And well, I mean, I'll give you an example. Junior Seau was my roommate. I was as bad, lazy, horrible as you could be. And he would come in and write, he'd read his Bible every night and write in his journal, in his Bible journal. But, I mean, I think if it's legitimate, I mean, there's a lot of fake people out there. The legitimate ones, I think everybody really respects. It's the ones that preach it but don't practice it that you kind of look at and you're like, what?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say, and for you, it's probably, when you're younger, it's probably even more difficult. But I say, be you, be true to you, and let the chips fall. I mean, anybody who doesn't let you be you is really not your friend anyway, so it doesn't matter if. But I think as long as you're consistent and authentic, who cares what other people think?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Billy, I got a question for you. Back to football, because Paul goes off the rails on everything. I think last year you had like 100 tackles, you had like 6 sacks, a couple picks. I'm going to go back to the both ways again, because I don't think you know how that goes. So when you usually at Saints, you're on, sitting, having your water, talking to your coach, looking at your iPad of what's going on. You can't do that anymore because you're going to be out there on offense. What do you predict? Yeah. What do you predict in the same kind of stats?
I think I'll be better this year. Not only because the competition has significantly lowered, but I think I'm gonna try, and God willing, I have another breakout season, and hopefully pick up some offers this year.
Yeah, because you were really, really active on defense last year. I remember watching a couple of your games, and I was like, man, this kid's active. At middle linebacker, usually you don't see that many sacks or anything at middle linebacker, so you were really active.
Who's in your league? Remind me again. Who's in the Aztecs league?
San Isidro, Bonita, and Hilltop.
Just the 4 teams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they broke that up down there. So
yeah.
Chula Vista, Castle Park's in a different one, and then East Lake Olympians in a different one?
Hey, what do you think about Castle Park getting that breaking ground on that stadium?
I think it's going to be nice. I've been seeing some of the AI generated pictures, and it looks nice. Really nice.
About time, huh?
Yeah.
And if you've never been to Montgomery, they're up on that hill overlooking the whole
Yeah, we've
coast
done games there.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
Yeah, great turf. It's sunset. It's just, you're looking Point Loma, everything.
I know.
It's nice there.
I know. You got anything more for him?
I kind of want to see a little screenshot pan out on this barbecue.
All right, spin the camera around. Show us the barbecue.
A lot of people are down there, but my church is just over here, just eating right now. And we just be doing a football tournament. So gotta get ready for that too.
Are you coaching or playing?
I'm playing. Come on now, I'm playing.
Who's coaching? Your dad?
No, coaches, it's just like turkey bowl, just no tackling, you know.
Oh, no
Gotta keep
tackling?
it respectful.
You get ready for both ways. You can start there at the church bowl. Be your
For sure.
first experience.
Hey, leave us with some words of advice. Tell us what's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten? Who gave it to you?
The best piece of advice I've ever gotten was probably from my mom. She just told me, like, it's a Bible verse, Ephesians 6:11. Put on the full armor of God, and none of the devil's schemes can attack you. So basically, it's just talking about if you got God with you, you know, pulling on His armor, allowing Him and giving Him full trust. The devil's schemes or any of his tactics no way can possibly tempt you or just make you continue to make you live worldly. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Young man, how many people are in your family?
A lot.
Walk us through
but
it.
on my mom's side, I don't know. There's probably like actual like aunties and uncles. There's only like 4, but like I just call like some Samoans usually tend to just consider everybody who's like taking them into their house or like let them sleep over at their house. Like they just consider them an auntie or uncle. So I just say like a rough draft, probably like over like 130, 140.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you something you probably didn't know. You know your principal at Montgomery, Louis Zoomstein?
Yes, sir.
You know he's half Samoan.
I know.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, his mom's Samoan.
Yes, sir.
Nobody knows it. It's funny because
Tell us about.
He coached my uncle at Chula Vista.
oh, okay.
So tell us about coming from a family of that size and the heritage, the tradition. How special is that?
It's great. Like I could always lean back on my family to like always support me. Like I just know that they're always gonna be with me and they'll ride or die for me. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, young man, we've kept you for 22 minutes. We appreciate you making time for us, and I need pictures. I need pictures of you, pictures that you own that I'm not going to get sued over. Oh. Playing, your best action shots that you like. Burt,
I'll get them for you.
Pictures and 7-on-7 videos.
Okay.
And any videos that you own that I can air, I'll see what we have. Have you been on the PPR at all as far as highlights?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll see if we can find anything in some of your raw videos.
He was only a sophomore last year. I know you like to focus on the older kids. He's only going to be a junior.
I know. I learned that talking to him just
you did?
And family shots. Any family shots you got? Like if you got like a big family shot, please send that to me and send it to me as quickly as you can. Because I'm going to start editing this right now.
Yes.
Bert's going to get all your social media tags. And I'm going to put this conversation up on YouTube right now. And then I'm going to start cutting up clips later in the day. And it helps me if I have everything at my disposal. Still pictures, videos, and anything you want me to include over the top of our conversation. Uh-oh, did you freeze? I think you froze. All right, well, on that note, we're going to call it PPR Podcast. I think it's 167.
I believe so.
And Vili, thank you so much for joining us. Turn off the machines, everybody. The podcast is over.